Hey, what's going on? It's me, Shaun. So I'm compelled to make this video for everybody out there, and I'm going to really introduce this for you because I've done 3 takes of this. I keep forgetting the name of this. This is a scallion. So this is one of the babies from the garden, not my garden. I don't have a garden, but from the supermarket. And what I'm going to be doing today is making an omelet. So I'm using all these greens in my omelet. So the first guy was a scallion. Then we have over here, I'll pick these things up. Brussels sprouts. I have lettuce in the bowl here, but I'm not going to put lettuce in my omelet. It's just not going to taste right. But I do have broccoli, and I have radishes. I have a couple of radishes that I've cut up. I'm using my computer, so my angles are not that great. But the it can be a longer video, right? So those are the radishes that I've sliced up right here. Sorry about the angles again. And then I have garlic, which is all the garlic here. And I told you once that I used ricaito, and I do. And here's the situation with the ricaito, which is right here. I was using Goya, and Goya puts a lot of salt in their foods, especially in their sofrito, in their ricaito. So I found this particular brand is called Doña Yi Ya. Anyway, that, and then I have turnips, and I can only show you this partial turnip that I have because I've already begun cooking, and they I had to take them off the flame because they are becoming burnt as I'm making this video for you. And then of course, so this is a spinach mix that I'm using, and the spinach mix is baby chard, kale, and spinach. That Olive oil is much better for you. So I went out and I started getting Goya olive oil. Now this particular bottle cost me $6.99, and it's not the biggest one. It's 8.5 fluid ounces, and it's extra virgin olive oil, and it's first cold press, and it has a really nice aftertaste. I really like it. Then I actually found some seasoning because, shoot, my food needs to be seasoned. I don't use salt. I don't use pepper. So I use Mrs. Dash. And this particular, and there's so many different ones. This particular, click on this particular portion of the food process, and I have my mozzarella, which is that guy right there. So I'm going to be and then the eggs. So I'm going to be closing out this particular portion. And hey, what's going on? It's me, Shaun. So I wanted to say also, in addition to the cooking video, something new that I'm doing. I'm adding turmeric to my diet. I've changed my diet like twice already. Like I told you in the other video, I stopped using butter, and I'm now using olive oil, and I try to really eat healthy. So something that I've added is curcumin. Turmeric curcumin complex is 500 milligrams. Here it is right here, and I got this from um, Walgreens, and it cost me approximately $7. And I was able to get two for the price of one because I shopped on a Sunday. Um, so it's 500 milligrams turmeric curcumin complex plus black pepper extract. It's gluten-free, non-GMO, 60 count, and the ingredients are so small. But anyway, it's turmeric curcumin and 500 milligrams, turmeric, which is curcuma longa root, turmeric extract, curcuma longa, which is also the root. They put it down twice. Standard to contain 95% curcuminoids. Black pepper extract is 3 milligrams. The other ingredients is gelatin, which produces the capsule, rice powder, and again they have silica on here. Now, what I do, and this is what the little capsule looks like. Now it's 500 milligrams, like I said. I'll take this every time I eat, which is 3 times a day. As a diabetic, you're supposed to eat 5, but I um, really not that hungry usually. Anyway, so This guy I'll take, but because of the, tell you what now, the rice powder, and rice is not good for diabetics. All right, so we're back, and what I've done is I put in the kale, the spinach, and I believe it was collard green. I forgot the the other ingredient, but anyway, I put that in there, and they only need to wilt. So what I had put in prior to that are my broccoli. Here's my broccoli, my radishes, my scallions, my sofrito, and it's all in there now. And then over here, that's my turnips, and I actually overcook them. Never cook them till they're brown. Um, Especially if you're cooking vegetables and you're trying to get the nutrients from vegetables, you never want to overcook anything. Okay, so I'm gonna add in my three eggs. One beautiful egg. Come on, no shells now. Be good to me. Okay, so that's one. That's two. And that's three. So I have three eggs in there. I really hope the angles were good. Now, as I said before, this is supposed to be an omelet. But what I didn't tell you is that eggs for your eyes and for the rest of your body is better if you don't mix up the yolk with the white part of the egg. You just let it cook. So you're not eating raw eggs, obviously, right? So you just let it cook like that. So it's almost like a sunny side. And I know I burst um, this particular yolk over here, and that's all right. Sorry about the angles again. So, it doesn't, I haven't made a cooking video in some time. Why? Because I found that my eggs were not coming out, my omelets were not coming out pretty, and I wanted everything to be pretty. But what I didn't realize is that it's much more important to get the nutrients. I'm not in a restaurant, I'm not serving people, I'm only cooking for myself. So it doesn't look beautiful, doesn't even look pretty, right? But everything is green, everything uh, is. Isn't packaged or produced in a in the industry, right? In a factory like meat is, and it's much better for you. So um, these eggs are almost cooked. I don't like raw eggs. Sorry, I really don't. So they really have to be a lot more cooked than what I'm seeing here. And I cook everything. Sorry about the angles. So I cook everything on a medium to high flame. This is medium. So I'm actually going to take that pot off there. I'm going to turn off the heat and I'm going to let it rest. I'm going to let all this good fixings rest because the residual heat from this pan will cook the rest of the eggs that I have in here. And I don't want to add anything else. I don't want to add any more oil because it's basically done. My spinach mixture has wilted to what the consistency that I wanted, and so I'm just letting it rest here. And as you know, the pot, everything is really done. Now, I want to say, since I say done, I don't like for my vegetables to be completely cooked because you take out the nutrients. I put it over here so you can see it better. You take out the nutrients of food when you overboil food and when you bake it, fry it, cook it, however you want it. Now, I mentioned radishes, turnips, and broccoli. Those are hard vegetables, so they take a little bit more time to cook than, say, the wilting of spinach. So I'll cook like those particular items, vegetables first, along with garlic, and I'll put them in the oil, olive oil, and I'll let them cook. I cook them on a medium flame. Medium flame. I don't cook anything on a low flame. I need everything fast. It's the 21st century, so that's kind of how we are. Um, but I want to tell you also that the broccoli that I'm testing out here is not completely cooked. I don't want it that way. The greens that you see here, the Brussels sprouts, which I really don't see because they kind of look like, oh, here they are. They're also wilted. So you want food or vegetables, if you're cooking them, to be in the state of in between. You don't want them raw, at least I don't. You want them cooked so they're palatable and good to consume and chew. And you don't want to overcook them like I did the turnips and the garlic. So this is rusted enough. Trying to watch my angles here. Da, 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 da. Like I said, it's not pretty, but it tastes good and it's good for you. So this is really this is really like brunch for me right now.